In this video, I'm sharing simple meals that I make to support digestion and hormone balance in midlife. Nourishing, easy recipes for when you're cooking for one and want to feel well and energized. Some days I feel bloated after barely eating. Other days I just don't feel like eating at all. That's what midlife and living alone did to my appetite. And when you're living alone, cooking can feel like just another task, something to tick off rather than enjoy. But I've found that food can still be one of the simplest ways to care for myself, gently and without pressure. When you're living alone, it's so easy to slip into eating whatever's convenient just to get by. One of the biggest changes I noticed in midlife was how my digestion and energy felt. Sometimes sluggish and sometimes so unsettled. So I started focusing on meals that help me feel more balanced. Which is why I choose meals that are gentle on my gut and supportive of my hormones. It's not about being perfect. It's all about feeling more balanced in my body, especially with how food affects my energy and digestion. Before I show you the meals, I just want to say that this isn't about perfection or doing everything right. We've also got to remember that we're all different. What works for one person might not work for somebody else. I'm simply sharing what's been helping me to feel more supported day to day. Here's what a few days of solo meals might look like for me. This is one of those meals that I come back to often, especially during the summer. Chickpeas are gentle on my digestion and help keep me feeling full for longer, while broccoli brings fibre and natural compounds that support estrogen balance. The feta just rounds it off, creamy, salty, and satisfying. This one takes me back to the comfort of my Filipino roots, something warm, simple, and deeply familiar. The chicken provides protein to support hormones, and the fibre from the vegetables helps keep everything moving. Leafy greens like pak choy is a source of magnesium, which plays a role in hormone support, and they're quick to prepare when you're just cooking for yourself. This lentil dish is my alternative to chickpeas. These lentils are a great source of plant protein and fibre. Both support steady energy and keep my digestion regular. Tofu offers plant-based support for hormones, and the salmon adds those good fats that help with everything from mood to digestion. Whether it's chickpeas or lentils, I find that they keep my energy more stable, and when I eat them, I tend to sleep more deeply too. This is my alternative to eggs on days that I have breakfast. Mushrooms provide B vitamins for energy and nervous system support, and some types of mushrooms also provide vitamin D. The tofu is easy to eat and also provide gentle plant compounds that may support estrogen balance. I find that the sourdough feels easier to digest than regular bread and gives me the carb that satisfies my need to have some carbs sometimes. Mackerel is an alternative to salmon and provides omega-3 fatty acids. Earthy beetroot provides light, natural sweetness that keeps my energy stable, and sauerkraut provides acidity and natural probiotics that support my digestion. As previously mentioned, salmon is full of omega-3 fatty acids that keep my hormones and mood in check. The broccoli add fibre and feta some calcium and protein, as well as a good hit of flavour. Iron and zinc from the steak helps to support my energy and hormones, while broccoli and mushrooms are grounding and rich in fibre. It's a hearty and satisfying meal, And to be honest, this isn't a meal that I have often due to the cost of food nowadays, but I always enjoy it when I do have it. I make this tart when I want something fairly cheap but nutritious and filling. The roast chicken gives me satisfying protein, and the vegetables add texture, fibre and some colour to the plate. I usually make enough to stretch over a couple of meals, which helps when I don't want to cook every day. So these are the meals that keep my digestion calm and helps to support my hormones in midlife. They're easy, nourishing and perfect as I'm cooking for myself. If you're struggling with menopause symptoms and looking for a gentle place to start, I've created a free downloadable guide called 20 Foods to Support Estrogen Balance and Ease Menopause Symptoms. These are the foods that are regular in my diet, not as a prescription, but as everyday support. The kinds of foods that may help hormonal ups and downs we often feel in menopause. You'll find the link to the download just below this video. When you're cooking just for yourself, it's so easy to fall into habits that don't always leave you feeling your best. But over time, I've found a few small things that help make solo cooking easier, even comforting, rather than something I just need to get through. I always try to keep a base salad or something fresh in the fridge. It helps me throw together a meal quickly. My base salads tend to include cucumber, a bag of mixed leaf salad, avocado and beetroot. To keep costs down, I sometimes buy a tray of chicken, for example. Clean and portion the meat before freezing it, so I'm not starting from scratch when I don't want to spend too much time in the kitchen. Plating my food, even when it's just for me, reminds me that I matter. It's a small act of care that makes the meal feel more like something for me, rather than something I just had to do. As I've got older, I've found that my digestion doesn't bounce back the way it used to, and I've become more aware of how certain foods affect my energy and mood. So I try to make meals that nourish and support my body, even when I'm short on time. I also take a simple digestive enzyme if I've eaten something heavier, and I try to stay hydrated, starting the day with warm water before coffee and aiming for at least 2 liters of water per day. These aren't rules, just things that make life feel smoother when my energy is low and time feels short. One of the ways I make solo cooking easier and more enjoyable is by preparing meals that last a few days. I might make a large bowl of chickpea, broccoli and feta salad, enough for 2 or 3 lunches. It keeps well in the fridge and I can pair it with different things throughout the week. Or I'll bake a vegetable tart and enjoy it with roast chicken one day and a simple salad the next. It's flexible and gives me options without having to cook from scratch every single time. Having a few nourishing meals already prepared in the fridge, even if they're just leftovers, helps me feel more balanced and nourished throughout the week. Cooking for yourself isn't just about nutrition or satisfying hunger pangs. It's a way of reminding yourself that you matter and that your well-being is worth showing up for. So many of us spent years putting others first. And now this is our way of saying, I'm here now and I'm learning to care for myself in ways I never used to. Whether you're rebuilding after a big life change or just trying to stay well while living alone, These meals have helped me feel more supported in my body and more settled in day-to-day life. It's not about controlling everything. It's about tuning into what your body needs and what's right for you. Solo meals have become a way for me to slow down, listen to what I need, and take care of myself in this season of life. You're not just cooking for one. You're feeding the version of you that's ready to be well. Let me know in the comments, what's one solo meal do you actually enjoy making for yourself? If this video inspired you, I'd love it if you subscribe. Subscribing really helps me keep creating them and helps the channel reach more people who might need this too. When estrogen starts to decline, it can leave many of us feeling off, unsure of what's going on or how to support ourselves, especially if, like me, you've chosen to go through menopause naturally, or you can't take HRT. If you're not sure where to begin with supporting yourself through food, you're not alone. This is how I was at the beginning of my menopause journey. I've put together a whole series on how I eat to support my body through menopause. If this is something that you're navigating to, you might find it helpful.